Hi, everybody. My name's Karen Warinsky. I'm a writer living in Connecticut, and my new book is being released from Alien Buddha Press. It's called Dining with War, and it's based on the realization I had of how often I take a meal in front of the television and watch the horrors that unfold in our world, and also thinking back to many of my own personal lifetime battles that happened at mealtime. And I'm sure you've had a similar experience. I'll be reading two short pieces from the book, but before I do that, I'd like to read the blurb to you. The poems and stories in this book will entwine you with the histories of ancient Japan and Syria, America of the 1960s through our modern times, the Civil War, World War II, and Vietnam. You will travel through childhood fights, survive domestic violence, and have a fun weekend at the Jersey Shore with some crazy dance moms. You will lunch with Nazis, disgruntled English department faculty, and have supper with Judy Woodruff. You will face our recent civil unrest and police brutality meted out on the African American community. By the end, you may see more clearly path of action to take. This first piece is based on something that I was unaware of until I started digging into some history of the Civil War, and it's called Picnic Battle 1861. The recruits and volunteers for Lincoln's army thought the conflict would be swiftly decided. Just before that July Sunday in 1861, dozens of Washingtonians drove their carriages, rode their horses 7 hours to Virginia, outside Manassas, to see the fight. Enterprising saleswomen sold pies and other edibles, feeding curious, hungry onlookers, while others brought their own picnic baskets, took out opera glasses to better view the slaughter. Nearly 5,000 citizens lost their lives at Bull Run, former home of Algonquin speakers, first battle of our Civil War, a war that keeps returning from the dead. And the second one I'm going to read is based on an experience I had when I was in my 20s, newly divorced, and went out on a date with someone I had met through a friend. It's called $30 Date, 1981. Newly single and tentative, my girlfriend said I should go out, invited me to her party. 20 somethings filled her rented house, nestling in corners, lounging on tables and countertops, some cross legged on the floor. And it felt like college days. Everyone was friendly, the conversation stimulating, and I felt at home. Bob, her roommate, called me a few days later. Would you like to go to supper? Why, yes, I would, I said, my confidence coming back inside, a cat in from the cold. And I planned what to wear, how to fix my hair. He asked me to meet him at an exclusive restaurant in Belltown where I never dined, salad days too real. After the meal, he leaned forward across the table, whispered, Looks like I've left my wallet at home. So I wrote a check for $30 because I didn't have any cash, my checkbook on me by chance. Still being polite, not yet toughened into a broad who could deal, I let him come up to my apartment to chat. When he tried to make out, stuck his tongue in my ear, I told him good night and sent him home. That's a retreat, right? So I hope you'll check out my book, and thank you, Alien Buddha Press, for printing Dining with War. I appreciate it.